Givenchy, Comme des Garçons, Maison Margiela, and Etro. You mix them in a pot. What do you get? Oh, I don't know. I'm not just name dropping for nothing. Today's haul. Let's go. Fragrance family, welcome to the Robes08 channel. I'm your host, Mark. If you're new here and this is your first video on the channel, you're in for a surprise. Today, what am I doing? I'm unboxing 5 cents. I bought 5 cents here that are in front of me. I'm going to unbox them. I'm going to give you my first impression, not on skin, but on a piece of paper. Let you know all about these goodies. I'm all over the map with these ones. There is some from brands that I've never tried before, so it's my first. Some from brands that it's been a while since I've purchased, and some that I'm just getting into. So usually with my hauls, I'm all over the place, and I like that. Most blind buys. There's some here that I've smelt before. I think there's actually only one that I've smelt before, and that is the Replica series. This one, Jazz Club, I smelt that in a Sephora, but the rest of them I have not smelt. So that's the fun here. And I got them from different sites, and I'll note them. All of my purchasing is online, so I love to give out my sources to all of you, especially the way I purchase fragrances. I'll let you know which sites are really good for you. So let's get into it. If you're new here, first and foremost, thanks for watching. Subscribe and support your guy right here. Hit that bell. I love hearing that bell, that ding. Every time you hit that bell, I purchase a new designer fragrance. Real talk. I'm also all over social media under Robes08. You can keep tabs on me and behind the scenes, actually, stuff including scent of the day, what I'm wearing during the day, during the night, new purchases. So a lot of people already know that I've purchased these fragrances because they follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, and what I'm actually working on this channel, because this is my hub. Now, if you have a Facebook account, you can follow me because I got my own page, but I also have a Facebook group called Fragrance Guru Nation. It's my own Facebook group for fragrances. We have over 17,000 members where you can discuss fragrances, know about new releases, buy, sell, swap scents, discover new YouTubers. Great source of information if you're in this hobby like I am. So it's meat and potato time. Anybody that knows me, meat and potato time means all the adverts are done. You've subscribed to me. You did all what you had to do. You're following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's introduce these real quick. Let's start with the Givenchy right here. Givenchy is a brand that is, they're kind of in the side of, like Cartier, where they quietly release some solid stuff. They have a solid reputation. To me, not too many bangers in both houses. I like Cartier more than Givenchy, but they do solid scents quietly. They do some duds, but most of the time they're pretty standard and real good. So I'm starting to dip more into their Gentleman series. They have a Gentleman and Gentleman Only series that I really just totally ignored, to be quite honest. I haven't really purchased much. This one is from their Gentleman Only series, which is the only one I have from that line. This one is discontinued, so it's called Gentleman Only Casual Chic. I know it's been discontinued for a long time, and honestly, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I'm a total frag head, and I'm a sucker for presentation, but there's an orange stem in the middle of the bottle, and I always thought that this bottle was sexy as hell. Once it got discontinued, I'm like, damn it, I really wanted that orange stem one from Givenchy. Got this one from fragrancebuy.ca. They said they had a bunch in stock, and I just jumped on it just because it's been years since I've seen actually this thing in stock. So now they're long gone. I actually posted in my Facebook group, and it's another reason, join my Facebook group. I said, hey, I got this at Fragrance Buy. They only have so many bottles. So we'll see. Blind buy. I've never smelled it. The only reason I got it is for presentation only. Orange Stem Club. I love it. Next is a combo of Comme des Garçons. So we're sticking with designer Comme des Garçons. This is their Sherbert series, Series 5. It's a very small series, EDT fragrances. They are smaller bottles. I think they're 1 ounce, eh? Yeah, they're 1 ounce. And I think they retail for about 80, 90 bucks, give or take. And I never, this one's rhubarb and this one's peppermint. You know, I'm thinking, again, those great notes. First of all, I love rhubarb based scents. I love mint based scents. Both the nose behind them are de Chafour, Bertrand de Chafour, one of the best noses in the game. I love Comme des Garçons fragrances. I've purchased quite a bit lately in 2020. I think these are my fourth bottles now, and I got these also on FragranceBuy.ca. Unfortunately, they are not selling Comme des Garçons anymore. I bought these back in February of 2020, and I'm just unboxing them now. They did a BOGO on CDG, and then I'm like, this is the time to get these. I wasn't going to pay full price on these fragrances. I always had my eye on them, but once that BOGO came in, I feel like these are going to be very thin but well made scents. That's my thought process. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to get. I'm very thin, and I think they're going to be summer bangers for me. And I'm hopeful that they're going to be really, really good for the summer. Now, the next two are probably the ones that I'm most excited about, just because they're darker scents. That's where my heart is. And these two are mainly for fall. One of them, of course, is from Maison Margiela Replica series. I own, of course, I purchased last year By the Fireplace. I actually really like that release. It's basically a YouTube darling. And so is this one right here, which is called Jazz Club. It's my second bottle from the brand. This is not a blind buy. I've smelt it in Sephora. I've never really put it on my skin. I put it on a test strip and I'm like, this is decent. Put it away. Kind of forgot about it. But the Replica series always intrigues me a little bit. And it is a darling in the community. A lot of people love Jazz Club. So I can't wait to put my nose on it and add my thoughts on it. And lastly, I think is the jewel of the haul. Again, I'm just spitballing here. I'm hopeful that it is because it's the one that I'm most excited about. And this is, I got this one. Oh, by the way, I got this on Fragrance Buy also. This one right here from Etro. Etro is a brand. This is my first from the brand, my first full-fledged bottle. I've never smelled anything from the brand. This has a cult following on online, this particular fragrance right here. And this one was Fragrance X, so my sweet sponsor, Fragrance X, coupon code Robes08. If you don't know, now you know. They don't have this one in stock anymore. Once I got it, it probably lasted a week on Fragrance X, and I think they had like 30 bottles gone in a week. Why? Discontinued fragrance called Messe de Minuit. Midnight Mass, basically. That's what it is in French. Everybody knows that I love my churchy incense-based fragrances, and this is one of those that online, when people are talking about Avignon by Comme des Garçons, among others, this is one of those that's in high regard and in talks in the online community. So I always have my ear, my thumb on the community at discounters for these type of fragrances. This is what makes this hobby so much freaking fun. This is where I'm a true fragrance head. I'm not looking for the next EDG Profondo to make a YouTube video. That's not what I'm here for. This is the kind of stuff that gets my juices flowing, baby. Let's go. So here we are, unboxing time. And as you can see, I'm joined by my 5 friends right here. Some of you in the last haul said, no, bring the boxes beside you. Okay, so I'll remove them from off camera. Now you see all the boxes. So you got a little bit of visuals here. We're going to start this haul with the Givenchy because it's the closest. And I kind of want to open this one first. So again, to introduce it, Gentlemen Only by Givenchy. Time to unbox this sucker. And yes, the mic's right here, so you're going to hear a lot of the noise. Let's get rid of that. And again, these are going to be just first impressions on a piece of paper. So I got my good old Robes08 tester strips here. And I'll let you know what I think. Again, this is only the introduction. I'm not talking about projection, longevity, dry down, none of that. It's just straight up what I think up top. And again, this one's discontinued, hard to find, cute little bottle. Look at that orange stem, is not disappointing me. It is hot. Love it. Oh, even the atomizer. It's orange. Wow. Okay. Anyway, it's the small things that count. Attention to detail always gets me going. I wish I would have had a bigger bottle of this, to be honest, but we'll go with the small orange stem, and let's smell this fragrance for the first time. Fresh. Fresh. Oh yeah, juniper berry is your main player here. It's kind of giving you this fresh, clean, bright, piney like scent. Again, juniper, of course, reminds you of gin. Has a little bit of greenness, a little bit of a balsamic quality here, but fresh, spicy lavenders in here. Cooling, bright. It's got a little bit of a backup. Okay, it's got lavender's not that great in this one. It's kind of smelling a little bit like cleaner. Okay, so I want to be careful. A part of me is saying right now, this is nothing that stands out. It feels like just a regular freshie from a designer fragrance, a fragrance house. It really doesn't feel like anything that would stand out in my whole collection. Another part of me says the juniper is really well done in this fragrance. There is some spicy elements to it. The lavender's poorly done. I'll be honest. I don't know who the nose behind this is. Bring in Monsieur Roussel. He'll give you a good lavender, but it's got a spicy. I really like the juniper here. It is. Up top, it's your major player. You can't miss it. It's got a little bit of a peppery kick from the geranium. So it's a spicy, it's a very thin, fresh fragrance, but it has a little bit of a backbone to it. Not bad. Not overly impressed, but happy. I'm happy. And I unbox usually the first fragrance that I unbox is where the ones that I feel are the poorest fragrance in the whole lineup. And I'm pretty good at calling fragrances that way. We'll see if I'm right this time. Now we're going to start opening up these Comme des Garçons. This one is the Peppermint one. Oh, you guys know, if you know me, you know that I love my mint-based fragrances. I own probably a dozen. I could probably do a top 10 mints for you. Niche, designer, doesn't matter. I'm all over it. I love mint. These bottles are not the sexiest bottles in the game. I'll let you know that right now. It kind of looks like a bottle for, I don't know, your nasal spray slash, I don't know. That's what it looks like. It looks like something that you need, like a top me up for your breath. Yeah, not the sexiest bottles. Again, Comme des Garçons, a lot of them very industrial. It's not really about the presentation. Some of them are. I'll give them that. But this is this is not the greatest. So De Chafour is the nose behind this. I love De Chafour. He went through a period that he really liked simplistic scents, and this was one of the series that he did. I'm missing the cinnamon one. Oh, I'm sorry, but that green hits me. That green is grassy. It's minty, it's herbal, it's smiles on my face. If you guys don't, I know a lot of you watch my first impressions and see what my face does. And yeah, it's thin, it's watery. It has a grassy feel to the fragrance. It smells like freshly mowed grass. It kind of doesn't really go, it's got mint, but it's grassy. Interesting. Very interesting because wow, it's really grassy. It's very thin, watery, uplifting as peppermint would do. Definitely does not smell like chewing gum or mint or candy or anything like that, like a mint that you pop in your mouth. I know that's a dangerous thing with mint. I feel like this is, I feel like De Chafour used like something like clover to give it the greenness and get away from the mouthwash. Maybe that's what he did. Clover that's utilized in a lot of niche high-end fragrances. Also Gap Grass, one of my favorite grassy fragrances, but it feels like clover's in here with the mint to kind of to kind of cover up mint a bit, but keep it green. Yeah, and the clover is taking, like, I can't wait to put it on my skin, but on this piece of paper, it's clover overload. It's beautiful. You guys know me, Gap Grass is one of my favorites of all time. As far as a grassy scent, it's the best. It is the absolute best. This is up there. It has that clover and it's green and it's got mint back in it. Very interesting, very thin, which that's what I came to expect. Well done. I'm excited about this one. This is one of those fragrances that it's right up my alley. It's like Gap Grass that meets Mount Fresh, kind of. Mount Fresh is a lot more complex than this, but I feel like this is a really good one. 1 ounce might not be enough for me. Good one right here. I'm happy. Coming up next, let's get the other CDG while we're at it. Let's get the Rhubarb. Again, equally hyped from the Peppermint to the Rhubarb. I'm actually more hyped about the Rhubarb than the Peppermint because mint, I own a lot of them. Rhubarb, I could probably count on one hand how many Rhubarb scents, base scents I have. I don't have too many. Rhubarb is a very much a note that isn't a lot of fragrances, but it's more of a secondary note, not really a primary. So I'm excited to see what Dish of Food is going to do with this one. Again, he might have done the same thing that he did with the mint and kind of hid the Rhubarb a little bit with something else. Maybe. Again, same bottle design. It's from the same series, so you guys aren't going to get too excited about the bottle design. Instead of green, it's kind of a purpley pink type look for the Rhubarb. So let's try this one out. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. This could be the dark horse in this haul. We'll see. Okay, let's go. Ooh, it's got the tartness. A lot of Rhubarb scents emphasize on the green part of Rhubarb. This does. It really does. I feel the vegetal feel to the fragrance. There's a vegetal feel. Very green. It's tart, but not too tart. It has the tartness though. It's got some sweetness, but not so sweet. It really is very thin as a scent too. It really has like it's very green. It's tomato leafy a little bit. Yeah, very vegetal, very green, very natural smelling. I wish I had a little more color to it for the Rhubarb. It's there. I really like a really tart Rhubarb. This is not it, I'll be honest. There's a Hermès Rhubarb Écarlate, which isn't done by Elena, but it is, of course, Nagel that did that one. But the Rhubarb in that one's very tart. It really shows the fruit. It's more of a Rhubarb than this. This really is thin. Again, it's not doing justice on these things. Sometimes when you put it on skin, it's going to show you a lot more than what it shows on here. But this feels very green. A lot of tomato leaf type of scent. Not as tart as I came to expect. It has the tartness though. It's good, but I've smelt better in the Rhubarb game, which I feel like if I had to recommend one that people love are Rhubarbs. And again, I'm not talking about projection and longevity and stuff like that, but the Hermès Rhubarb Écarlate, check that one out if you want more of a Rhubarb. But this one feels like it's it feels like it has like something like a screen around the Rhubarb. It feels like it's toned down a bit. It feels a little muffled. It feels like it got pitched back a little bit. And he didn't want to show a lot of the color of the Rhubarb, sadly. Going more with the green. I want more tartness, to be quite honest. Next, I am going to leave, of course, the Etro for last, just because that's the jewel. But Replica Series Jazz Club, this thing has a cult following on YouTube. It's probably the one that people clicked on this video, wanted to watch for this one. It's probably it. The other ones are kind of, this series, nobody talk, like there's nothing on YouTube. Zero, zilch. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm the first guy to do it, you know, exclusive. This one, definitely not. It's been a while since somebody talked about that one, but, so this, wow, this is, I'm having a hard time here. Feels like it's my first time unboxing something. So I'm having a hard time. I'm going to rip the box. That's how bad this unboxing is going with this fragrance. Patience. We will get to the bottle. There she is. You know what? I thought my next replica was going to be the coffee break just because I'm a coffee guy, but I've been hearing that coffee break doesn't smell like coffee. So I've kind of held back. And when I saw Fragrance Buy got a whole bunch of replicas in and coffee break wasn't one of them, I was like, you know what? I smelt this one before and I kind of liked it. And it's been a while and it was very short-lived as far as my experience with it. But let's try it out. Jazz Club. It should be good. It should be. I remember liking it. Let's go. Oh, it's got a little bit of a tropical coconutty. Yeah, people compare this to the one by Dolce & Gabbana. That's bang on, man. Whoever is saying that, bang on. It has that tropical vibe, that boozy rum, coconut-like. Lots of vanilla, some sweetness in here. That's about it. That's all I'm getting. I thought this one was going to be, I thought it was a tobacco-based set. Maybe I'm drunk. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting a lot on this paper. Coconut hit me like right away. It has like a tropical feel. There's a boozy rum with some spiced rum with a coconut feel to the fragrance. Yeah, so coconut feel with yeah, spiced rum with a splash of vanilla and a little bit of that coconut coming through. Tobacco, I'm not smelling any of that in here, and I thought it was a tobacco-based scent. I am wrong, at least now for the opening. It really is. And it's not really that boozy. It's got a little bit of a boozy appeal to the fragrance. I wouldn't go too boozy here, but that yeah, it smells like a drink. It really does. Like a darker drink, like a spiced rum, like a dark rum. That's how it smells like, with a lot of a vanilla backbone to the fragrance. Well done. Yeah, comparable is the one by Dolce & Gabbana. I wouldn't be surprised. I know that a lot of people do say that, and I would have to agree. It has that dark brown, a little bit of a playfulness to the fragrance type of scent. Overall, happy with the purchase. It may get lost in the shuffle, to be quite honest. Kind of like Dolce & Gabbana, the one. I appreciate it. I like it. I wear it. It's in the rotation. But when it comes to my top 10s, usually these type of scents are in the running. And they may make it, but a lot of years they won't. So it's good. It's good. I like it. We'll see. It's one of those that's probably going to be more of a grower. So this one is supposed to be the pièce de résistance, and this is from the House of Etro, and this is Messe de Minuit, Midnight Mass. Again, like I said earlier in the video, it is my very first fragrance from the brand. I believe it's discontinued. It's not on the Etro website. It has a huge cult following, so anybody that is sticking around watching this video and seeing me unbox this, you guys are the real heroes, because I know you guys are real fragrance heads, because I know... For me, this thing is, oh, it comes with a little pamphlet. Bottles aren't that sexy, I'll be quite honest. The Etro bottles, Messe de Minuit. So the velvet of incense, blah, 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 brightened with lemon and bergamot. Yeah, I know. So let's see. Yeah, the bottle, nothing to see here, folks. The bottle's not the greatest. It's better than the Comme des Garçons bottles, though. I gotta give them that. So here we go. Wish me luck, because I'm hoping for churchy incense. Come on, baby. Give me the good stuff. Oh. Yeah, there's, okay, so there's a lot of citrus up top, first of all. But the first thing that hit me was that myrrh, the incense, the resins. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of lemon, a lot of citrus up top. Very much. I know that this thing's been. Man, I'm trying to go back here. This was released back in '94, I believe. It was a '90s baby. I hear reformulated. I'm sure I got the reformulated version. I don't have the old school version in front of me. Definitely not. But I do recall that people saying online about this fragrance is that it lost its balls basically with the reformulation. It was more of a citrus fragrance, and I could see that here. Very bright, uplifting citrus. Very nice citrus, but it's not thin because it has that myrrh and that incense. Very much I wouldn't say smoky, but it really gives you the quality of myrrh. It really is. Yeah. It's not as dark or as interesting or as crazy I thought it was going to be. It really feels like, how can I say this? How can I explain this fragrance? It feels like you're outside of the church. They're burning incense inside of the church. The door's open. You're smelling the old door. You're smelling wafts of the smoke a little bit, but it just rained. So you're feeling the damp earth. You're smelling a little bit of that dampness. You're smelling like the bricks that are a little wet. And that churchy incense is coming at you, but not too strong, right? Doesn't choke you out. This is how this fragrance feels. It feels a little more that you're outside of the church instead of inside the church, if that makes sense. It's very interesting, and don't get me wrong when I'm saying, oh, it's not as dark or as interesting that I thought it was going to be. It is very interesting. It's much thinner than I thought it was going to be, but still an interesting concept. And this is one of those scents that I'm just waiting to put it on my skin and just try it out and see what it gives me. But right now, a lot more citrus than I thought it was going to be. Still a good one though. So now that you heard my take on my 5 fragrances here, and a lot of them haven't really been spotlighted on YouTube, especially recently. I know that these guys never got talked about, so it's nice to see at least something on YouTube about these releases, because I think these are very solid indeed. This one I know has been talked about, not that much. It's one of those fragrances that, you got to be real deep in this hobby like me to really appreciate it. So the ones that have reviewed it, I know who you are. This one has been reviewed when it got first released, so it's been a while. And of course, this one is probably the most popular as far as YouTube goes. But I'd love to see yours in the comments below, what you think about this haul. You can talk about all 5 fragrances or ones that maybe I piqued your interest on, especially things like this. And that's more what my channel is about, is to kind of talk about discontinued scents, discontinued fragrances that maybe people, that are new to the hobby and trying to delve into more fragrances may want to. They see this video and they go, oh, that seems interesting, and they'll dig a little deeper like I do. And of course, these is just more informational based, and this is, I always like to give my take on popular fragrances on YouTube too. Might as well. So I'd love to hear your takes in the comments below. And if you got anything else from Etro that you know about that I should be checking out, maybe newer releases, don't hesitate to give me some suggestion. Even Givenchy, right? The Gentleman Only series. It's the only one I own from the Only series. So let me know. Comme des Garçons 2, replica. Why not? Give me suggestions. I love it. And as always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.